My name is James Zheng. It's an honor to be your host and your MC today. What we're going to share with you is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not about convincing you to do something you don't want to do. It's an invitation to share with you something that's been transforming people's lives without burnout, sacrificing yourself. We're going to show you a legitimate way that average people just like you and I have been able to tap into this six-figure blueprint and create more fun, income, and impact in their lives. And by the end of this, if you see alignment, get back with the person that connected you with this, and we're going to talk about some next steps. My name is James Zheng, and if you know me these days, people know me as a seven-figure business owner, as a top 1% mentor. We've mentored hundreds of people to the top 1%. We lead the #1 sales team in the world that have 400,000 partners right now. But it wasn't always like that. When I first got introduced to the idea of entrepreneurship, the idea that you can make a profit for yourself, I was a 19-year-old broke college student going to UC Berkeley, thinking I was super smart. I was going to be a medical doctor because that's what you're supposed to do, right? Go to school, get a good job, and that's what it's all about. But who here has already realized that the traditional path is not working? There's so many people that I saw that were older that got the dream job, but they didn't have the dream life. They had dream bills. And I started to think to myself, could there be another way? Could I produce a backup plan perhaps? Could I find another way to create some more freedom? And that's when I got introduced to business for the very first time. And I'll be very honest, I sucked for the longest time, but I had great mentors, great systems, great training. And if you keep it up long enough, you can only suck for so long. And eventually things started to click. And 6 years later, was able to produce a multiple six-figure income. You lived in our dream home, had the dream lifestyle, had the dream wife, and then it wasn't. Have you ever been through a life experience that just put you flat on your back? As quickly as we went up, actually the following year, we lost everything. We lost our home. I moved back into my mother-in-law's converted office turned bedroom. And I told my wife for the first time in my life, I give up. Perhaps that's where you find yourself today. Maybe you've tried other opportunities. Maybe you've wanted to create more freedom for you and your family, but maybe you've just taken one too many hits and you've counted yourself out. Well, sister, brother, I want to encourage you that God's not done with you yet. And that day, sometimes we have to get the old things to go away for new things to come. I got breathed life into one more time, to dream one more time. And I started to think, is there another way? And what I realized was this. There's a lot of opportunities these days. Can we agree? These days, especially with social media, you're probably pitched things left and right. In my email inbox, I probably have 5 different opportunities. What should I do? Amazon, eBay, start up a bakery, do TikTok shop, real estate, crypto. It's like a bajillion different things. And what I realize is, while we can make money, is there a best way? Is there something that can help you live a life that you actually love, to be aligned with? And we started to envision something, and years later, that's what got us introduced to this idea that we are going to introduce you today. Once we cracked the code to the six-figure blueprint, we've been working on this the last couple of years. It's helped average people develop above average lives. We've been traveling the world together. In fact, our team is the #1 sales team around the world that have 400,000 partners now. It's allowed us a life where before I was stuck in an office, before I was stuck in meetings all the time. This year alone with my wife and baby Jaden, he's 10 months old now, cutest thing in the world. He's actually has more stamps on his passport than I had by 20 to 30 years old. But we've been able to run a business from our phones. We've been able to have a lifestyle of freedom and options and choice. And I bring that up not to impress you, but to impress upon you that you too can have that as well if you want to. We're going to introduce you to this idea of partnership marketing. Because when you take a look at a lifestyle freedom, here's what I realized. A job won't cut it. You can get paid more, but you're capped in your time. If you want freedom, we need to find a way to make a profit. So then the question is, what kinds of businesses are out there? Every business to make money has to produce and sell a product or service to the end consumer, whether it's a real estate in a home, whether you're an affiliate marketer and you sell a product, whatever that it is, there's a product and there's a consumer. However, if you think about any business, it takes a lot of money, time, expertise, skills. It's a lot, especially if you're a busy mom, if you're somebody that is working, if you're somebody that's trying to breathe. Most of us don't have that type of resources to actually start something like that. But what if you could partner with a company that did all the heavy lifting, that made the products, that made the distribution, that was already international, that took care of shipping, that took care of marketing, that took care of branding, and all we have to do is the fun part. We got to share the story. We got to connect the product to the end consumer and build sales teams to do the same thing, where then you can actually just do the simplest thing that pays the most. That's what partnership marketing is all about. That's why I choose this. Now, you have to choose the right company, though. I think the most important decision that you need to look at is who is running the ship? Who here wants to build a legacy income where you can hand out to your children and your children's children? It's a waste of time, energy, and money to build something that just falls apart. So let's just look straight to the top first. I think if that doesn't fly, then nothing else matters. So I want to introduce you to our partners, John Wadsworth and Darren Zobrist. When I first met them a couple years ago, I'll be very honest with you, I was hyper skeptical because everyone could say something good, but I've seen them up front, close and personal, live out their beliefs and their values. They work harder than anyone else. And 2.5 years later, we now have a company called Partner Co. that's $300 to almost $400 million a year, debt-free, profitable, scaling fast. Why is it going well? Why do I trust these guys? John Wadsworth, his background is he does what the field does. He was 25 years in direct sales. He had sold, get this, $3 billion worth of a product called Tahitian noni juice. He knows what to do. And then his best friend, Darren, was Wharton grad, business school, Goldman Sachs, top consulting firm, then built his own company that scaled globally and sold it for a lot of money. So you got the business guy and you have the person on the field side. What happened? Unfortunately, there was a couple of brands that were amazing of products in company, but they were mismanaged and those companies went out of business. John and Darren came in, saved the day, rebranded it, relaunched it, and now we have Partner Co. So it's a new company, a new face, an old story, but a new story at the same time and with the best of all worlds. Why is this important? They're here to build a company that is actually built on values. They have a mission to power health and prosperity around the world. I would be willing to submit in a divided world, this is probably the most unifying message that is out there. Doesn't matter your race, your religion, where you're in the world, your socioeconomic background. Everybody wants to be healthier. Everybody wants to be more prosperous. And I can run behind that idea all the time. And it's going to spread like wildfire. Not only do we say it, we back it by values. And these we live out every single day. We got 10 of them, kind of like the 10 commandments, but I won't go through all of them today, but they mean something. They're built to last. That means they're here for a legacy company. Dream big, act now. We're going to challenge you to dream. Work is an adventure. I love that one. We're going to have a lot of fun together. If you like these and you align with them, then you're going to like what this mission in this company is all about. But I believe it starts with the why and then the what comes afterwards. So I'm curious, do you align with this mission and this vision so far? Why comes first, the how comes after. Now let's dive into what we actually do then. How do we actually create a legacy? The company produces product that we can partner with to help our fellow mankind. What's unique about these? We actually touch upon many different industries. Do we agree that people are looking for better holistic health solutions now more than ever before? People want to live better, longer, more vital lives. They don't trust big pharma as much. They want to do something natural. So we have a company that is backed by science and third-party certifications. It's not just us saying it, but many medical professionals, nurses, doctors, you name it. And we have a couple products. Let me lean with one. Here's one thing that I've learned. If you want to do well in business, you want to find something that's like a lead product. Case in point, Apple produces a lot of products, but you know what their lead was? The iPhone. But when I went to the Apple store, you know what I walked out with? I walked out with a case. I walked out with one of these pop socket things. I walked out with a screen protector. Smart. So do you have a hot lead product? Let me share with you what's become viral around the world. Our body balancing drops, which have now sold actually 2 million sets around the world. I actually got introduced to these when they first launched 13 years ago. I was skeptical because to think that these 2 little drops could help you to lose weight and feel better, I didn't believe it. But I looked at the science. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. What are these drops? They're 2 little droppers. They're plant-based. Natural, you put them on your tongue 3 times a day, and it helps you to balance the ghrelin, the insulin, the leptin, and the cortisol. When these 4 hormones are balanced, it balances and it impacts all other 50 of your hormones. So what's the result? If you want to lose weight, you don't have to lose it, but if you want to and you use the drops, you will double the fat loss. That's in the clinical trials. How about feeling better? Reducing cravings, food noise. How about digestion? How about energy boost? Women, especially, we've noticed, I'm not making any claims, but a lot of people have said this, especially going through those hormonal shift times, perimenopause, menopause, so many stories of women that are just like, man, hot flashes. For whatever reason, when they start to put these good ingredients in their body, amazing things happen. And I've lost 25 pounds or around 11 kilos in 40 days. How many people can you think about in the world that would benefit from any of these? People are searching for these solutions. It works for any single type of body type, whether you're looking to lose weight or just feel better. It is a beautiful product that helps with a lot of things. Let me just drop in a couple of others real quick as well. How about this? Does anyone want to look younger and feel better? How about boosting your human growth hormone naturally? We have something called Renew, available in some markets. We also have Noni. John Wadsworth sold $3 billion worth of this. Why? It is the original superfruit, powerful immune system booster, wellness booster. You can look at the clinical trials. I say this, it's not a medical claim. A shot of this a day keeps a doctor away. It's efficient, it's simple, it tastes great. Kids love it and everything. Business note. Why do I like products? Let's say you were to get into real estate. When you sell a house, when's the next time your customer going to buy a house from you? Probably not next week, probably not next month. When someone buys a product like Noni, and they use it and it runs out every month, they buy again. In fact, I was just in Punta Cana hanging out with one of my good friends, Greg Chidro. He was one of the first Noni distributors, and he has customers that bought from him almost 30 years ago that to this day buy every single month. Every time he gets paid. Who here wants a business that can pay you 30 years from now every month still? That's why it's important to have that. Look in PubMed. Don't take my word for it. Look at actually the clinical trials. I think there's hundreds of clinical trials on this Noni in particular. Can you see yourself using any of these? Or can you see others potentially using this as well too? Because when you think about business, those are key questions. And I'd encourage you to try them. So we have the products. How do we help partner with you to build you a scalable business? Once you partner with Partner Co., you're in 50 markets already. We're in Australia, we're in New Zealand, we're in Europe, we're in all of the Americas, we're in a lot of places. You have instant access to all those markets. You also have access to our number one rated comp plan. If you're familiar with network marketing comp plans, this is the number one paying. It pays out 51 cents per dollar sold into the comp plan. In business, you make money when you sell a product to a consumer. You will get paid X amount whenever you sell. If you do affiliate marketing, usually you might get paid 10, 20, 30%. If you do other companies, there's certain percentages there as well too. Here, the dollar is split. 51 cents gets paid out into the comp plan, which is the highest. So if you do the work, you're going to get paid more here. There's 8 different ways to earn. How does this actually work? We want to show you exactly what people are doing to actually earn income. Some people say things like, the product's so good, it's going to sell itself. Well, I've never seen these drops walk out of my house themselves into a customer's hands. You got to put in work. What I found the most why people do not do well in business is they don't have the systems in place to do it. That's when people say things like what I said, I'm not good at sales. I've tried something like that before, but it didn't do well. That's not for me. That simply means you haven't been properly trained with a consistent protocol and a system that actually works. Let me show you what we do that's helping the average person actually make some extra money. And that's what we call the 6-figure blueprint. I'm going to walk you through some of these steps here today, but just know we do have a roadmap that we bring our people onto. How does this work? Number one, partner with the company. It's a one-time lifetime $29.95, $29.95 USD. That gets you membership in the company. You can partner with them. You get discounts. You're now in 50 countries. You got a lot of cool things. All right, you got your business. Then from there, what do? Our goal is to get the product to end consumers. What do? Let me tell you what we're not going to do. I'm not going to go up to you and say, bring me a list of 50 to 100 people and call all your friends and family and beg them to buy. I'm not going to tell you to go door to door. You can if you want, those do work, but let's share with you a simpler way. Who here does not like being spammy or annoying to people and you want to help people? I'm an introvert. I'd rather not do that. I want to introduce you to your support team. We have a lot of amazing teams within this company. I got to just tell you about what we do within what's called the Champions Network. It's a collaboration of leaders and organizations that come together and we're innovative. We have the best systems, the best tools, the number one globally ranked team in the world. So we have a certain system. Number one, we're going to give you a done for you social media system. We're going to give you actual posts to make that'll attract people. These are all vetted. They're all real stories. They're not weird. And when people come, they're going to start to ask questions. Step number two, you might ask, what do I say? I don't know the product. I'm not an expert. You don't need to be an expert. We actually have already done this. We've done this thousands of times. We know what all the questions are. We know what people say. We've simplified it to a 1, 2, 3 step. We'll tell you exactly what to do. Then from there, what do we actually share? Here's something very unique. These days, we're all busy. You have a family, you're at work, you got traffic, you're trying to get some time for yourself. We're busy beyond belief. We're going to find ways to automate and make your life easier. One thing I've found in any type of sales, the fortune is in the follow-ups. But what do you do if you're too busy to follow up? Well, introducing to you a concept called the machine. What is the machine? This is a done-for-you professional sales funnel. The moment you get started in this organization, you just plug in a couple pieces of information. You don't need to know any tech, programming software. My 7-year-old grandma could do this. It shoots out a customized sales funnel just for you. What's cool about this is it educates on the product. It educates even on the business. But the biggest thing is it captures information. And just like you're probably an email list, it actually will start to market and drip more information through an email sequence that you don't have to pay for it. We pay for it. I have a leader, a good friend of mine that has been around serial entrepreneur for decades. He implemented this machine and he had a customer come to him without him actually going back to the prospect. He said, James, in decades of business, I have never had that happen ever before. That's called automation. Leverage things to work for you so you can show up for the most important thing, which is you being you. So that's what you get within our team. Day one, what does this actually do? How does it actually pay? There are certain ways to earn higher levels. I'm going to go under an assumption that you get started at the ultimate level or you get to ultimate. All right. That's a goal of yours. All right. You get there by 1,500 points, around $2,500 of products bought or sold. And then you're there for life. It doubles your bonuses. When you sell a set of drops, this is a United States dollar. One set of drops at full retail is $176. When you sell that, you will make almost $76. That is a 43% commission. Real estate agents make 3 to 6%. Affiliate marketers at the best make 30%. Other top comp plans might make 37, 40%. This is 43%. $76 per set of drops. You sell 5 of those, you got a pretty cool month right there. 10 of those, that's a good portion of a mortgage, a car payment. That's a lot of things. So a lot of people do well just by sharing the product, but it doesn't stop there. The secret to wealth and scale and legacy is finding a way to not only do everything yourself. This is why I realize even being a doctor, I'm still capped. Because if I'm a doctor and then I don't work on a client, then I'm not getting paid. I could get paid $1,000 an hour. If I don't work, I'm not getting paid. So find a way to leverage your time. Tradition to leverage your time, you have to hire an employee. Employees, we love them, but they're not you. They're not the owner. Employees can be a headache. I was a headache as an employee. You want to find a way to partner out there. I don't want to hire someone. I want to partner with someone. So what can you do here? Well, number 4, we're going to show you how to automate, duplicate, and scale. What happens a lot of times, people use the product. They love them. They're like, hey, I know someone that would love this. Can I get it for cheaper? Can I share this? They can partner with them. Or maybe they're looking for extra income. What you do in this system is we say, partner with them. But James, what do? I barely know what I'm doing. Don't worry. What if you had a perfect onboarding system where 24/7, there's no emotions attached. It'll do the same thing, teach someone the bare bones things to go through a 7-day launch. Almost everybody that's gone through this has made money in their part-time hours. So we have an onboarding bot that the moment that someone gets started, they get plugged in and it trains them for them step by step by step by step until they come back to you and they're like, I got my first customer. I got my first partner. All right, what do I do next? Case in point, I have a picture here. One of our amazing collaborative organizations within this network is GG Vitality. They came from another company. Unfortunately, they had something happen. 700 leaders needed to find a home quick. Within a couple of weeks, it could have been mayhem. They're in Australia. I'm in the States. They went through this onboarding and you had 700 people with relative ease on board. And they became the fastest growing team in not just Australia, but one of the fastest teams in the world. Who here would love it if you had 700 people join your organization one day as well too? You now have that system and tool to be able to duplicate. How does this work? Let me break down for those numbers, people. We're going to show you how to build 2 teams to get to the 6-figure level. So let's say you partner with person number 1 and person number 1. They got 500 points. Here, you only make money when people make money. So you refer somebody, they do 500 points. They get paid. Guess what? That credits towards you too. You get a smaller override. Let's say you refer person number 2, they do 1,000 points. Well, that pays them. You get a little override. Let's say friend one referred another person here with 500 points. All the volume rolls up 100% in this compensation plan. And let's say on your second team, you're able to get 500 points. In this example, you have 1,000 points on line one, 1,500 points on line two. They designate the bigger one a power, the smaller one a pay. You get at least 15% of the smaller line. It deducts 1,000 from each side, goes to 0, 500, and you have carry over volume. Here's what I want you to think. If you build two sales teams, it's around $20,000 of sales a week USD. That is $14,000 a month with bonuses, $160,000 a year. This is a business that incentivizes you to help other people. If you help enough people get what they want, you can get everything that you want. Unlike your job, your boss does not want you to outpromote them. Unlike in any other business, you never want your employee to take your job as an owner. In this business, I want you to make more money than me. Your friend wants you to make more money than you because we all make money together. Case in point, last bonus, matching bonus. If your gold that you get with your ultimate, that's why ultimate's important, you unlock 3 levels of this leadership check match. Let's say you referred friend A referred friend B referred friend C. They all ran through the blueprint. They all made $100,000 that year. You get 15% on top of A, 10% on top of B, 5% on top of C. That's 15,000, 10,000, 5,000, an extra $30,000 match on top of what it is that you just saw. It actually can go 7 generations down, and those percentages add up. Can you guys start to fathom how big this can really get? It's not about who you know. It's about who they know, and they know, and they know, and they know. That's the power of this type of business model. That's why you can go from a small town knowing nobody and then being able to develop something significant online. Just to summarize, there's a 6-figure blueprint. Whether you want that or not, that's up to you. It's possible, right? We've had multiple teammates be able to do this. However fast that you want, you got to determine what you want. But you know what I think? Why not? Why not be able to have more legacy? Why not be able to impact more lives? When I look at 6 figures, that means I've impacted a lot of people with their health, a lot of people with their wealth. It's going to be great for the family. That's going to be great to give to my church. Step number 5, though, is the most fun. We just want to celebrate and have a lot of fun with you. I think one big plus about this type of business is unlike anything else. You can be a great realtor. You can have your own business, but it's very lonely. I believe true wealth isn't just having a lot of money in the bank. I think wealth is in your relationships. To be around other like-minded, mission-driven people, purpose-driven people that are aligned in the same place. To have good friends that you can count on. We have so many friends that cry over each other, pray over each other, love each other. You're going to have a global network of amazing friends that are crazy like you. And we're going to celebrate you. We're going to encourage you. We're going to have fun together. We're going to travel together. Why now? I've been involved in business for 16 years. I am the most excited now than I've ever been in my entire life. Why? You're looking at a company, partner code, that's only been up for around 2 years. We've cracked the code. Things are scaling. Things are moving. It's a debt-free, profitable company with owners that are built to last. It's got products that have stood the test of time for decades. It's got a comp plan that works super well, and nobody knows about it yet for now. I know this company, with or without us, will hit $1 billion in the next 3 to 5 years. The question that I ask myself and the question I pose to you is, if it's going to hit $1 billion anyway, who here would love to be a part of that movement? I've committed in our organization that we're going to do at least 100 million of that, if not more. That means there's going to be a lot of 7-figure earners, 6-figure earners, 5-figure earners, 4-figure earners, people paying for their product, people being immersed in a community that they were just looking for, people being impacted by the products in amazing ways. The time is now. Let's sum this up. What do you get? You have a business in a box that's ready to scale. You get a business franchise with Partner Co. Tools, reports, products, that's $1,000 value. You also get our communities in our Champions Network community. We have partner support. We have customer support. That's $1,000 value. We also will give you amazing people. We get daily coaching, literally daily. You're going to learn. Well, I'm a big proponent of mentorship. They're hacks in life. What if you get them essentially for free? That's at least worth $2,000 there. You have the Boards app I shared with you that's done for you social media posts and response scripts. That's a $3,000 value there. The machine, the done for you sales funnel automation, that's $50,000. And then you have the onboarding launch bot, 25 grand. These are real numbers. I've asked people that built the machine, they would charge 50 grand. I've asked people that built the launch bot, they literally charge 25 grand. I have friends that are paying 25 grand. That's $82,000. And guess what that is for you? Maximum $2,500 US. That's if you get Ultimate right away. So however you want to start, that's up to you. But for me, I think a business in a box, Tell me another business that could do everything like this, that can scale, that can leverage, that can have fun, that can have support, that can have training for that. How do you get started? There's a good, better, and best that I'd consider. Let's say good. You just want to dip your feet in the water. You get like a $400 pack of products. You can try an assortment, or some people just love the drops. You can share 3 of them, get yours for free. You can actually get 15% bonus. You have a 6-figure income potential. That's one way, and it opens up the comp plan. Maybe you want to go a little bit higher and you want to do the better option. You could do business. Business is 20% bonus now. It doubles your income earning potential and you get more products, whether personal use or you can get like a 10 pack of drops in some markets. Share 9, you can profit a lot really quick. The best that I'd recommend is go for ultimate. You unlock gold status at 3 levels of leadership check match. Statistically speaking, people that are ultimate do make the most the fastest. You get 30%, you double your bonuses, you increase your income potential to 640 grand a year plus. You can get some assortment of products for you, your family, or some they like to buy in bulk and resell in certain markets. You can consider that too. That helps you to profit at $2,000 if you want that. They're all great. My recommendation, go with your gut, go with what makes sense for you. We're going to work with you wherever you're at. We're going to get everyone to where we need to get to. The key is this though, just start. There's a saying that the best time to grow and plant a tree was 20 years ago. The best time to invest in Apple was 20 years ago. The best time to get into crypto was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Those are missed. But the best time now is when you see a life-changing opportunity in front of you, be a part of it. See where it takes you. Who knows what's going to happen? There's a very obvious answer what happens if you say no. Nothing. The opportunities are boundless on the other side of yes. So are you willing to dare to dream one more time? Personal note. You heard I lost everything. I was about to give up. And I just want to be that friend to you like my wife was to me. I truly believe God spoke to my wife that day when I gave up. And she said, babe, it's going to be okay. I won't call you babe, but I'll say, brother, sister, if you're here, God's not done with you yet. Why not go for one more time? Why not bet on yourself one more time? Why not see what is possible on the other side? And let's let all the things of the past be invested into an even better future. I'm so grateful that someone said that to me. And I hope that that makes sense to you as well, too. Get back with your friend right after this if you want more information. But get started today. Get back with your friend. Other than that, so appreciate you. Can't wait to celebrate you. God bless. And I hope to see you soon.